Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Yes, finally we are live. IPL 2022. We are done with the first match. So, defending champions got defeated in the first match. What's the take?
Well, I feel that it's hard to make conclusions because it was the first game, but I feel they really miss Deepak Chahar and Moin Ali.
But if you ask from me that I will say that I lost the command over the game from very first thing, but now all this thing happening and the slow batting of both the batsmen of Dhoni and Jadeja costed them a lot of runs, I will guess.
See,
I would honestly
so
say that Dhoni covered up his slow innings, but Jadeja couldn't.
and
See, he has
see
played
if
like
you ask,
30 balls and couldn't even score a run a ball. So yeah.
true. So, Levita, you know what? I actually second your point. But if you ask me, I feel like Dhoni should have come into bat in the place where Jadeja has batted, and it is a matter of time we should admit that Dhoni was extraordinarily good finisher, but now he's taking his time
I
and
I I, I
he needs
completely
time,
agree.
and then he is then converting his slow starts and covering it up by the end of the innings. So when they
See,
lost good enough
yeah,
wickets at the start and struggling, then no, and moreover, see, I've never seen Jadeja coming in and fulfilling all the responsibilities of like carrying the team's burden and stuff.
absolutely. Another thing is that when we looked at Dhoni's batting today, well, he ended up with a 50 of 38 balls. That's great, but against spinners, he looked like a gully cricketer playing against international bowlers.
Yeah. True,
Against
That's a
spin,
true.
he is a
common step.
mug currently.
Uh,
Right?
MS
Pardon
Dhoni
me for
scored.
my harsh words. That's the fact.
Hey, but yeah. In fact, he could not read exactly which way the ball is turning when the spinners were
Another
bowling. At
important thing
least
is
in the
rotating the
initial
strike.
first 2 overs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Rotating the strike in the middle over is one of the most important things. But
No, no,
well, he
MS.
was 15 of
Um,
25, if
yes,
and that too with a
7.
boundary that was off a misfield, right? And
He
after that,
scored
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
he
25
scored
on 17 runs.
35 in next 13 balls. That's great. But if I look at the graph of CSK batting, they had batsmen up till Santner who comes at in at 9, and you are batting at 84 in 17 overs. That just baffles me a lot because if they had pressed the paddle a few overs before, they might have even reached 150. Not every day you are going
Well,
to score
at least,
47 or 3 overs.
see, if you ask me, they should have at least, tried to rotate the strike,
Yeah,
which I would say, after 10, 15 balls, Dhoni started to look into that. But at the initial phase, there was, and if I'm not wrong, what 56 were the dot balls they played, isn't it?
yeah, and
Almost
he
50% of the
against
deliveries were in the
spinners,
Yeah.
dot
it
balls.
looked like he will get out any ball. Against spinners, he looked
No,
very much,
Yeah.
very
MS
much trouble.
scored 17 run on 25 balls. So if he's getting those kind of started, I don't know if he's not able to rotate the strikes against spinner. How will he score runs against the fast bowlers? That's first thing. Second thing also is that I must say that Dhoni should have batted where Dubey ended up, or even ahead of Jadeja. That cost him a lot. If Dhoni wants some time to be settled down and have those runs after settling down, so he must be given that time. If Dhoni comes around 14 or 16th over, he will not be able to achieve what he used to achieve when he was back then in their young ages. So either you talk to him, give him the time he wanted to play. If he wanted to play at number 4, give him the time and responsibility. If he don't want to play, let him use on 18th over. There is no way that if you're playing and coming and scoring half century after playing 38 balls in a T20 match is of no use. It's very harsh, but I know. But if you are someone that he has scored 50 or 38 balls, it's no use in T20 cricket, I would say, unless the pitch is very hard.
See, See, I want to just tell one thing that in the back, way back in 2016, 2017, Dhoni used to come in like 18th over, 17th over, but he used to play good cameos, like for example 35 of 16 balls, or let's say 21 of 12 balls, and take the
Yeah.
team to the winning line. But for now, if he's coming to the 17th or 18th over, he's playing like 18 runs, 20 balls. So I would honestly say that retirement from international cricket has changed his mentality a lot. And after his retirement, he has a mentality that he will promote the youngsters, that to bat up the order.
So,
But
Yes,
no,
whatever the
what
case
else?
is, you cannot send him in the middle overs because other teams will easily exploit his weakness against spin. And if he farms the strike on one end, against spinners, if he fails to rotate the strike, the pressure is ultimately going to get on the other batter. That's the issue.
Okay,
And even
let's
Jadeja
actually
is not
let's
a huge
actually
hitter of the ball.
yeah, let's actually take Mona's view as well because he joined us a bit late. So Mona,
Yes,
your
I'm
take
very
on the
sorry for
decision?
that. I was trying to fix my laptop and then I thought that I'll quickly switch on to the mobile. I think I wasn't the only part which surprised me is the second half, the way MS played. I think that was pretty good. But overall, I did not set enough expectations from the middle order batsmen. Yes, I had better expectations from Rituraj as well as from Ambati Raidu. But otherwise, I think it was a below average performance from an overall team. From Kolkata perspective, I did not expect Ajinkya Rahane to be in the playing 11 and that to open the innings for them. So that was also a surprise. In fact, it came pretty well for them. So these were the two surprising parts of that. I'm not surprised with how MS batted. I think this is how we have seen him from past few years. This has been his era. I mean, this is how he has played in past few years. Whether it is strike rate or the numbers we have spoken about, I think it's pretty much what I expected. The element of surprise came in the next phase of his batting when he sort of accelerated after that lucky boundary, which we all must have witnessed. But later on, it was his innings only actually who got CSK to a respectable total. I mean, not exactly respectable, but yeah, an okay total, something which the bowler could have fought
Something
for.
that they could defend.
And anything they could have fought for. I would not say defending. Defending total could have had been 170, 75, but 132. You yourself feel that okay. Uh, I'm not sure
That
if
they
we're
will
gonna
not
win the
go to the
match.
dressing room with low hopes. That they will go to the dressing room that yes, we have hopes that we could still pull a victory from here.
Yes, something for the bowlers to cheer for, something for the bowlers to sort of
Yeah.
hang in there, which Bravo did a commendable job on. I
Well,
think he took 3 wickets.
yeah, he took
Yeah,
three
yeah,
wickets.
yeah.
He
Now
took
what
three
he
wickets.
is like, he stands next to Lasith Malinga with
Yes,
170 wickets.
170.
He picked up three
Right, right.
wickets actually. And
Yeah,
well, I hadn't expected Bravo to shine this year also because I thought he's well past his
same here,
good
same
days,
here.
but
Agreed,
he's
agreed,
still
Same,
agreed,
doing
agreed.
agree.
That point as
well.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that point as well. Agreed. I did not expect him to pick wickets at all, which was again a surprising element.
No,
I
no,
Right.
guess
that's
we're gonna
So
have
surprising.
to
what's
be
the
ready
status
with.
of Deepak Chahar?
They you
What's the
won't
status
even
of Deepak
expect
Chahar
Dhoni to
actually?
score runs, but he scored, right?
Deepak Chahar is quietly
No,
injured. He
no.
bowls some balls in the nets during before the match, but even though if the reports are coming that he's not very fit to play the first half of IPL, not even he
Hmm.
must not be able to play the first quarter of IPL is very sure. If he came
That's a
after
huge
first
blow.
quarter, that's a huge low for the amount of prize money because I think Deshpande is not that good if you are if GSK want to ball Deshpande as his opening bowler, the prime bowler, he's not that good or little as
Yeah.
Deepak Chahar used to be. So you need to
And he
find
also
because
is a right batsman.
yes,
Yeah.
no. If you will ask from perspective from a team that you will not have to be in position where Deepak Chahar will bat. Basically, that would be perspective. But what happens is that if Deshpande need to be their first bowler, Deepak Chahar is a huge blow for CSK management because they went them for very heavily for them. They paid very good price. And if he's not playing the first half of IPL because the first half of IPL is very crucial, it turn out the
Yeah.
pace and momentum of a franchise. That's how things will
Yes.
go. If you lose that momentum very heavily, you will pay for those matches. And when the things came in the last 1 or 2 matches where you will team have those question that we have to win that match, these 1 or 2 loose matches will cost them very badly.
Absolutely. And it was a marginal call between Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur. And CSK management knew they can only go for one, and they took the bet on Deepak Chahar instead of Shardul Thakur, who also comes with almost similar characteristics, although he bowls a bit different. But he also brings in that batsman and element into his game.
See,
And they let go
no,
of Shardul to get
maybe
Deepak.
see, probably the reason why they have went for Deepak is because the initial 4 overs that he bowled. So
Yeah,
there were
very
many
important.
instances where he used to bowl 4 overs and the first initial spell he used to finish off the quota of the 4 overs and he used to come up
Exactly.
with wickets as well. And
And
if you ask
pitches
me,
like
I
today,
actually
he would
feel.
have been great.
Mhm. exactly. So today, if Deepak was there in the playing 11, then maybe you could have expected a different result as well if he was there.
Even if
With
Yeah,
Moeen
having
Ali
because
was there, if Moeen Ali
Moin
yeah,
did not,
Moin
Ali,
Ali.
Moin Ali should be back in the next match if I'm not wrong.
yeah,
Yes,
but
He'll be
and
there
if
he
he
for the
he's
comes in,
not
who
able.
sits out?
See, I really want two changes. One that first Chris Jordan comes in for Tushar Deshpande, and second this Moeen Ali comes for Shivam Dubey.
No, no.
Why you can't have six
I
openers.
guess
Shivam
Conway is
Dubey
going to
literally
sit out.
disappointed.
Convoy
Dubey,
for
No,
Moeen Ali
Conway,
is
why would he sit
definitely
out there, man? He's his opener
no, no.
now, and
He will
Moeen
sit
Ali will come
down.
at number three.
No, no.
Uthappa
In
can
place of
open. He's
Convoy,
a very good
Moeen
player.
Ali, Otappa can open. It's very
Hmm.
sure, but Convoy, you should have a four foreign players. So Convoy will be dropped, and Moeen Ali will join him. That's very
Hmm.
permanent. It
Yeah,
is
that's
inevitable.
expected.
But what
Mm-hmm.
happened is that if Deshpande is not going to bowl very good, they have an option of adding Chris Jordan to the
But
bowling.
which overseas player will you
That's what
drop?
I said. That's what I said.
But that team management has to counter now because it's up to them which will lead. But if Deshpande is not bowling very good and Deepak Chahar is not there, so if you are having a new fast bowling option, that's scouting player. So either you will give chance to the scouting player to play a big gamble, or you should go with a player who plays for international cricketer and can have those experience handles. So it's up to them to decide whether to play with Chris Jordan or to bet
Hmm.
their money on a very good scouted player. It's up to their management.
See, if I'm
Kolkata
a
did it
CSK
very
fan,
well. Yeah. No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, Mona,
Kolkata
go on,
played
go on.
really well.
No, no, Kolkata also had another angle. I hope you guys must have noticed that they only played with three foreign players. They
Yeah.
backed their domestic players so much, and it has really been very, very rewarding. So kudos to Shreyas as well.
And in fact, Jinx has played really well because
Yeah.
what in last 2 years, how many IPL matches you would have played? Like three,
And he has been the constant bench warmer in that Delhi team. So
right?
seeing
No, he
him
played the
playing this
2019 full season, and the 2021 India leg he played matches, but only two, three.
no, no the
20. No, no, last
confidence.
last year I believe he played only one match.
Yeah, he played one play, I guess, and he was in bench for many matches
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. For the
it
He was
entire tournament, he
injured.
was in
That's
bench and
how we got another player. He
but
was
now
injured. That's how Rishabh got the captaincy, and then rest is history.
no,
no,
no. I'm
but
I'm actually talking about
Hmm?
Ajinkya, not
Acha,
this
हाँ,
case.
Ajinkya. Yes, yes, Ajinkya.
Yeah,
Yes.
he played
Last year he
extremely
was
well
on
today.
bench.
Like he surprised.
Amazing,
He
amazing.
actually surprised.
Surprised. Yes.
In fact, I'm
Surprised.
impressed the way Robin batted with his little cameo of 20 odd. So he did impress, because to be frank, I did not expect him to, at least get that quick 20 runs as well. I thought like at least in the initial phase he would struggle like at least for 10, 15 balls or so. But he did look like, he's in a decent touch, as if not,
I
a rusty
enjoyed
player who is
his
coming back
flick.
and all.
Yeah, coming down the track and going ahead with that
I
flick,
enjoyed
which
his
the
Sky
vintage,
does it very, very
uppercut.
often.
the
Sky does it
vintage
very, very
Robin
often.
Uthappa. Yes, the
Yeah.
vintage Robin
Vintage
Uthappa.
Robin Uthappa.
He used to
Yeah.
walk
Yeah,
the pitch and score
Robin,
the.
yeah, he's been a very good, consistent performer for whatever team he has turned up. Bring that
But
one
he,
controversial season for KKR in maybe 2019, where he used to eat a lot of balls in a few innings. He
No,
has
but
been
he was
consistent across.
That was a long,
he
long
was
time
one of the
ago.
top run scorer as well in a
That was a
season.
long, long time ago.
yes, the Orange Cap winner in the KKR winning season in
2014.
2014. Yes,
2014.
Hmm.
but I am very happy that the kind of nick and the ball connection by the Ajinkya run into this match, the beautiful six of the bouncer, it was just oh my lord. Even though he's playing top bowler, he makes sure that the ball are all coming to the middle of the bat, and that will this inning will give a lot of confidence to Ajinkya Rahane, and it will prove out to be a very good thing for the KK management too because they are eyeing for an Indian opener. They have got that Indian opener because Sunil Narine cannot be that much reliable and independent on every time. So if they have got a very good Indian opener with a lot of experience and Ajinkya Rane do well, that will be good for the team.
Yeah, but when we look
Ajinkya
at the
was the
CSK
surprise
team, we feel
element.
that they have a bit of a weakness in their death batting, right? Because they are relying on Jadeja, Dhoni, and Bravo to do their finishing jobs. And I'm not sure how good this striker is going to work. They may have
This
to
has
fit in
been their
Moeen Ali in
problem
the death,
for
and
quite some time.
yeah,
This still winning.
Right.
This has been their problem for quite some time now. But however, despite all the odds, they have been pretty consistent in their performance. So
See,
as much as we say that these
last year this was not, last year this was
are
not hampering them because their openers were like exceptionally good. Both their openers were
Hmm.
Yes.
like in outstanding form. So there were not really many matches where you had your middle order or your lower order or your finishers should come and contribute significantly. So if you look at last
Yeah,
Correct.
season, what
absolutely.
Dhoni has scored 100 odd runs, 110 or something.
See,
No, no, the
Right.
Dhoni,
And
point is,
I really feel that, against quality bowling, he's going to struggle.
uh,
He's
only
going to
struggles
struggle
he
against
will
quality.
not be able to rotate the strike. The only thing which haunts
Yeah,
the team is that Dhoni is not able to rotate the strike. If he's not playing well, he might have gone to street the strike and gone to the non-striker end and let the other player strike the ball. He's not even letting
yeah.
those things happen, and that will cause us because every dot ball will bring the pressure on a non-striker batsman also.
Hmm.
In
which
today's
And
Right,
match, like
absolutely.
there
Jadeja
would
wasn't
have been more
striking
use
either.
if would have been rotating the strike because Jadeja was also not hitting right.
Yes,
Jadeja didn't
Jadeja
face
was
many dot
stuck
balls.
either. I
He
mean,
did.
so,
He was 20 of
see,
27 without
even
hitting on the boundary.
so if Jadeja is not out rotating the strike, that means like you'll also not rotate the strike. End of the day, you're adding up more dot balls, right? So that is what has happened.
also the fact is that like MS Dhoni used to have to score the first boundary of a team, in that over in the way that he has opened the boundaries and all the stuff are coming down. But how will Jadeja will command this captaincy because he is not a captain? So it's the
Right.
responsibility of
He's
Jadeja,
for
not
me.
of Dhoni.
See, for
But
me, for sure,
other,
he's not a proper middle order batsman.
he-
so no,
Okay,
Jadeja
I
don't
needs
like
to
defend
come
that.
him.
I
finishing.
like that.
That's
CSK,
different thing when we come.
right.
That's one point. That's different thing when people say that even if we cannot pull out captaincy from Dhoni from CSK, but on the cap on the paper and on the official management, there is a captain. So he has to make the call. If someone else have made that buy from the wicketkeeper, which Dhoni did in the bowling, captain would have asked and told to him. But there is a loft that showed the mentality of a captain because now you are a captain. You have to talk to a player that if he's not doing well, you should what talk about that. You should not give or pass every time loft to MS Dhoni when he's not leaving the ball in the wicket keeping stance. This need to be done because you're the captain now.
so
Right.
Archit, this is not a surprising thing. So if you look at it is not like as Sunil Gavaskar was saying, like this is like a historical rare moment and all, which is not the case. But but actually, if you count, there are hardly few here, which you can count on your fingers the number of times Dhoni has missed the ball and given buys. In terms of missing stumpings and all, yeah, in last couple of seasons he did miss like three or four, but giving away buys is not something which he is known for. At least off late he did miss
You're
couple
right.
of
That was a
stumpings
rare,
as well
rare
in last
incident.
two
Rare,
seasons.
rare.
Yeah,
And so also the ball was, came at a bad bounce. You can say the ball
well,
had a
the
bad
standards
bounce.
that he has set up, the
But
standards that he had
Yeah,
set up, he would have normally stopped it.
no, no, the
absolutely.
kind is the same thing that for MS Dhoni and we've been very good behind the wickets. So you accept MS Dhoni don't do those kind of mistakes when the team is having a very low target to defend.
True, true, true. But see, if you ask me, Ravindra Jadeja is not a middle order batsman. He is your finisher. MS Dhoni is your proper number four, who can be the center and the pillar, and every other batsman would be rotating around him. So this should be the way forward for them.
Yeah. But for that, Dhoni has to
And
learn how to
also,
rotate
see,
strike.
see, one thing we have to admit is like he will find one or the other way that he would not finish playing 20 overs without getting his strike rate above 100, and 120. For sure, he'll not stay there for 20 overs and remain not out with a strike rate of less than 100. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
that will be a crime. That will be
And
a crime.
that will definitely haunt CSK because if a one major on a batsman is not batting with even strike rate of 130 plus in a T20 match, then how can you expect a team to reach a target of 170 or 180? Because
True,
the
true,
fact you
true,
can
true.
say na, that if Moeen Ali will come, it's okay. So in the next match, Rijraj will open with Moeen Ali, Uthappa at 3 and Raidu at 4. So this is your packed top 4. If you are planning to put Jadeja middle orders, then how will he play? Because he is a finisher. And if Jadeja comes
Right.
ahead of
Yes.
Dhoni, So where Dhoni will bat, and if Dhoni is not
Then
getting
who is
those
your
kind of,
finisher then?
then
Who
who
is
is
your
your
Dhoni
finisher
finisher
himself
then?
is
also?
not backing himself. Dhoni himself is not backing himself. All right, this time we have Jadeja the captain, but last year also he did not back himself at all. Had given the
And
But
he looks a bit
opportunity,
down on confidence also.
he has
look,
not been backing himself at all. We have seen him sitting in the dugout where the all-rounders and mixed batters has come onto the grounds and he's still waiting, pads on. So
On the
he needs to
the
17th
back
over, they only
himself.
scored 3 runs. Can you believe? They only
uh, uh,
scored 3 runs in the
I
17th
can
over.
believe
They
I've
had
been
to move
following
more
the
batsmen in
same.
the shot.
so before the 17th over, the score of MS Dhoni is 17 runs or 25 balls with that one lucky
15 of
boundary.
25.
No,
15,
no,
15 of
17 run of
25.
29. Don't be hard with MS Dhoni, please. He scored 17 runs with
See, to be
25
honest,
balls.
boundary is a boundary, whether it is be lucky or it is a
No,
class,
no, no.
boundary
I'm
is
with you
boundary.
on that one. That was the
Yeah,
lucky
yeah.
boundary. I'm with you on that. But later on, after that,
Uh,
that
no, no.
no ball which went over the head, over the keeper's head, that was lucky again. But
No,
apart
no.
from the other three boundaries he hit, that was genuine.
When someone
We
said
have to
that
No,
give him
he
a
Dhoni is
little
played
not
credit
well.
being,
here.
At
no, no,
the
Dhoni is
end,
We
he
have
ended
to
up
give
with
him
a
a little credit
50.
here.
Dhoni is not having confidence. So
See what?
what? How will you gain back your confidence by playing in the match? You cannot have confidence by watching all this stuff from dugout. You have to be in middle, score some matches, be on the ground and make some runs. If
That
Shivam
is
Dubé
true.
comes ahead, if Shivam Dubé comes ahead of you on any given day, I will say MS Dhoni must have to come before Shivam Dubé because Shivam Dubé is a very good batsman. He
Not
bats
even
like
Shivam
Bumrah.
Dubey. See, Ravindra Jadeja. So Dhoni should have come in the place of Ravindra Jadeja. Then you would have avoided the run out
Agreed.
as well.
No,
Hmm.
I always
because
believe that Dhoni should bat up the order because purely as a
We
fan
all believe
perspective, I
that.
want him to face more balls.
You see, we all believe
Right?
that he
I
has to
want him
bat
to
up the
face
order, but then he does
more
not
and more
back his
balls.
batting. What do we
no.
do? He doesn't
So
back
what
his
is the
batting.
Since
what
that's been the
happens
case
that
since
if
5, 6 years
no no
actually.
Indeed,
what
indeed, I
5 6
agree.
years, like past 2 years only, no.
no no
Before
no
that, he
no,
was
uh,
just promoting
You
himself
know,
only
see,
anything.
he backing himself coming up the order back then used to be like, what the team situation is. When, if you look at 2013 final, where team lost early wicket, so he wanted the other persons to do the job so that he can go and finish it once the wicket settle
no, no.
down and all.
What happened is that if we are not if you have to look, MS Dhoni is not batting in a middle order on a lower middle order. So where will he bat? He will not bat in the top order. So must have to bat between
No,
something
fine.
between
You bring him on.
uh,
You bring him on. You bring him one down. What's the harm in that? You bring him one down.
he
Ganguly did that.
he cannot. He's not that kind of technique player who will face the new ball even a T20. I'm very sure about that because the fact is
But
that Dhoni
number five. See, number five was his position, right? He can bat at number five rather than batting at number seven or number
seven.
six.
Number
Hey,
four will be ideal for him because in my thoughts that he might get some time of throwing
so
those kind of nick shots, and
right.
after that he can strike this ball. If he's coming behind something before or after number four, he will have less amount of comparatively less amount of time, and he will then move on to probability where he will not able to
True.
shoot the ball. So the higher the MS Dhoni bats, it will be good for the both MS Dhoni and CSK management.
I
Yeah.
agree with you on that.
If he manages to tackle the spinners, that's a big if. The
No,
way
See,
he
he
was
I
playing
tackles the
today, he
completely
was
spinners,
just
but
agree.
planting
I
his
he
front
understand.
puts
foot.
a kind of weak against Sunil Narine, I would honestly
Yeah,
say.
And Varun
And
yeah,
Chakravarti. I
against
mean,
Varun
only in this
Chakravarti,
innings he
see,
did
he's
not
a
get
new
him
lad.
out.
We all know that, but he has got him 3 times. So another
Three
that
out
is
of
a
three.
low confidence is low against him. So yeah, he's kind of weak against these
yeah,
two spinners. I don't know about others. He attacks against leg spinners. I have seen that he attacks this Rahul Chahal. He attacks Yuzvendra Chahal. So he's good against this leg spinners, but he's kind of weak against
No,
all
he's good. He's
spinners.
good. He struggles only against mystery spinners and the other spinners he
no,
do bat well.
yeah. And also
Hmm.
talking
So
about the KKR team, then how do you rate the move by moving away from Sunil Narine, the opener?
10 out of 10.
Because he is
You not no no not even if
Yeah.
Rahane did not perform very well, but I will say that Nareen is someone who will bat you for 2 or 3 matches of whole 50 or 60 matches. So I will rather go with consistently batting of a top order batsman, then go to Nareen. If he perform well, that's good, but doesn't mean that you have a right to promote someone from lower order to bat in the front of the order. So Rahane move is very fine and very good according to me.
I would
Abhi,
honestly
it's too
say
early to
that
say
this
that.
move was a 5
We're
on
gonna
10
have
for me,
to.
not promoting Nareen as an opener. If you see the 2018 season, he used to give a flying start to the KKR team. Like the KKR team's score would be like 50 runs in 4 overs, and Nareen's score would be like 42 or 43 runs. So yeah, he used to give flying starts to KKR, but you could be never dependent on them that he would take the team to the winning line. That he could throw his wicket anytime after having such a
True.
good start. So.
That was his role assigned. Faced 6 balls, scored 15 runs, come here, come home, no problem.
Hmm.
It's too early to say that Ajinkya is cemented on opener's position. We're gonna have to watch few matches, and I'm sure anything going wrong, KKR will shuffle. They will do experiments. I mean, it's
Another
very
thing that
early stage.
the top four of KKR is apart from Venkatesh Iyer, they have got Ajinkya Rahane, they have got Nitish Rana, and they have got Shreyas Iyer, who all three are more or less fall in the same bracket of batsmen who are consolidators, not attackers, born attackers. So
True.
how do you
True.
rate
True.
them?
True.
Like, do you think that it is a great move going forward because they all are almost in the same bracket, consolidators?
So Rana can play sometime very good
Hmm.
shots,
He
but
can play very well, but last one season he hasn't been
No,
that
last
active.
two
See,
seasons he
Nitish
Last
was
one
Rana is
not
season.
that
like
not
you could say
attacking.
kind of Ishan Kishan, I would say. Like when he gets going, he just gets going. Like he would score like almost 60 or 65 runs in 20 balls. When he's not in form, he would score 35 or 40 runs in 30 odd balls. He's
He's a
like that
different
kind
See,
of
league
player.
I
player.
have
It's
no, no.
like
I
comparing
actually
apples
have
and
issue
oranges.
with his consistency as well with Nitish
Who's
Rana, and also see
Acha,
if we look at the KKR playing 11 today, there are like four batters who are like proper defensive. You have 120 strike rate batters, and then you have this extraordinary powerful hitters who on a given day
Sam
can probably
Sam Billings and Andre Russell. You can they can if it's there,
if we'll
Sam
look
nothing
at
is
Billings,
safe.
sir is not talking about
uh,
Sam Billings. He's actually talking about Andre Russell and Sunil Narine. You
Sunil
can
Narine.
change the game.
Naren at 7, I don't know how
And
successful he will be at 7 because he's
so
tasted success when the
see the
field
problem
restrictions
is
are
they
in
do
place.
not have they do not have a batter who actually can adopt to the situation. If required, they can accelerate or maybe
They
play a
have the best
defensive game.
solution for that. The best underrated
What's that?
solution for that is Mohammad Nabi. He has done it across the T20 leagues all over the
Right,
world.
right. But but as I said, I'm talking about the current playing 11 which they had for today.
Yeah. Yeah, current playing
Right,
11, you
right.
can say Andre Russell is a hit or miss at, so they can be tempted to accommodate Mohammad Nabi in the team as well at the expense of
And
one
in fact,
Indian player, maybe.
Nabi wouldn't be
yeah.
that rewarding. I don't think Nabi would be that rewarding unless the pitch is
uh,
very slow or the pitch
Yeah,
is.
Probably the reason why they did not or they were not tempted to go with him is like already they have two spinners in the team.
absolutely.
no,
Chakravarti
that's
and
fine.
Naren. And 12 overs of
Nareen.
spin will not be required. And in all likelihood,
No,
8
And
overs
especially
of
in Wankhede.
Chakravarti and
no,
Naren
And
not
is,
not in
yeah,
Wankhede.
especially in
No,
Wankhede. Yeah.
just no, especially not in Wankhede because if
So what about
something
tomorrow's matches?
No, no, that
how,
match
how good a batter is
performance
Sheldon
of
Jackson, by the
Sheldon.
way?
I was about to say that. So Sheldon
Uh,
Jackson, how would you guys rate his captain? I mean, his wicket
I
keeping.
haven't seen him bad. I don't know
I think
what
he's
kind of a
brilliant
batsman he
behind the
is.
wickets.
No,
No, no,
he
not
was
bad
good
behind
behind
the
the wickets.
wickets. Behind the wickets, I think
No,
he
he
was
was great
brilliant
behind the
with his
wickets. At
stumping
one
and
point, he
his
almost got Dhoni out.
collection.
But
Ha,
when I look at
yes,
Sheldon
yes.
Jackson's
Somehow the
stats, well, he's been
Hmm.
around since forever without being noticed. So unnoticed that some journalists went on to term him as a overseas player. Wow.
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah, yeah. I did read that article.
It happened in one of the sports. I think it happened on Sports
yes,
Truck.
no, News
You
24, I guess. In News
He has
24,
got
they
6,000
Some
first
media
class
channels.
runs and 2,500 listed runs. That's a different thing in T20 cricket. He has an average of 30 and a strike rate of 125. So definitely not a mug with the bat, but yeah,
Oh,
he comes
30
in at
average in
8.
I
I don't
haven't
know
T20
seen
cricket
him
is
how.
batting
amazing.
that much, but yeah, he was very
Yeah,
much good behind the wickets. Enjoyed watching him, and I also I mean, and on that part, Umesh Yadav. I heard one of the commentators saying that someone trash has become someone's treasure. That
That
was
should
that was
that would be
for
very well, but he bowled
that
very
was
well.
for Umesh Yadav. I understand he was with RCB, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
he was with
he was
RCB
with
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
used.
RCB.
See,
The
this
Umesh,
has been the norm that
Umesh
anything that
Academy
leaves
and all.
RCB becomes a gold.
Uh,
Anything leaving RCB will become a gold.
no, no,
Oh, I
So
like
that's
that
the
that.
norm.
I like that, my friends.
that's fair.
I
That's
like
fair.
Well,
that.
And when everyone goes to RCB, they become the trash. What happened with Fab du Plessis? You will
again,
see. That's the
he
vice
has
versa.
absolutely he has
That's the
put the
vice
Dinda
versa.
Academy of Pace bowling into shame. Umesh Yadav today has
No,
disappointed a
he
lot.
has been. No, I got the
See,
demand. He has been expelled from Dinda Academy by bowling so fluently. How can you not be over 6 runs per over in a T20 match? If you're a Dinda Academy bowler, you have to give an economy rate of 10 runs per over. He is very much behind that. And even he
at
got
least,
top of the wickets. He is swinging the ball. How can he swing the ball? For a Dinda Academy bowler, you should not have be a privilege to swing the ball in
see
a
in
one carry. So he has been
That's Kolkata
expelled.
magic. That's
He's
purple magic.
currently
maybe the
it's
KKR magic, KKR
no,
magic
it's
rubbing
Shreyas
off
Iyer,
on him. Maybe.
Shreyas Iyer magic. Everything going according to him in past few days. So
Yes,
he might have this purple patch media test. But on a happy note, on a serious note, Umesh Yadav do ball very well in the opening spell life. So
yeah,
apart from
he
that no
bowled
ball,
extremely well.
he might have overstepped the first ball because he might not just in their practice, but apart from that, he bowled very well with very good command, and that too with a very good rhythm and on very good pitch length. So if
Plus
he's
pace as
able to,
well. Let's not forget pace. The
yes,
second ball
pace,
he
Yep,
bowled, it
pace.
was at
Yes,
142.7 something.
first he got a ball
First,
to move in and strike Rituraj on his thigh pad, and that plays a role in the batsman's mind. Then the next ball was going out, and that
and the way
that made
Rijura
him
chased
edgy.
the ball, yes,
Yes,
he chased the ball in a view that in a hope that it might end up, and he ended up getting the edge to the slip. So he played with the mind by playing with the mind of the batsman, and that's very good by Umesh Yadav.
yes, getting stuck on the pad is a very horrible feeling as a batsman. You start thinking what went wrong, and a lot of things starts going in that tiny head. Once you get stuck in the thigh pad and you miss an inside tuck, that feels that
And that's
starts spinning your
that's
head.
very good. And even if you're an Indian batsman or an Indian pitch, that will haunt you.
Yes,
That will be running in your
yes.
heads when you are playing the match.
And do you
And
think
that
that the weight of huge expectations of Rutraj can also play a part this season? Like he had an exceptional
definitely,
last season, and you know what happens when you have played very well, you want to continue that,
no,
right? And that
look,
can sometimes accumulate pressure at sometimes,
look,
not always.
what happened is that Ritwar is a very good batsman. What happens is that, na, that when you have expectation that everyone is watching you, that will come in the
Yes,
mind of each and everyone. So, however, how many times they deny the fact that we are not under pressure, they will have that pressure because the field management has put on you a huge stress on you. You have to perform well.
yes.
So he
Another
might
thing is that
be
if yes, true,
no, no, just
absolutely.
one point.
And Chichi,
He
one more point to add is like last year he was a youngster, okay, who
Yes,
want to prove,
and
and now he
yes,
is one of the key player
he's
for the team.
considered as a
a
veteran.
retail. No, 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 no. He's
not
still a
veterans for
very
sure, not veterans,
ve-
but okay. I mean, okay.
he's a
Someone they
retail
can
player,
rely
man.
on. They hardly have any young
No, no,
players. Ritturaj is a black sheep for them.
ma'am,
They
ma'am,
hardly have
when
any young players.
someone retained, if someone retained a player in his franchise before mega auction, you are automatically the part of the nucleus of the team. So you have to be
True.
very because if you are a part of nucleus of the team, you have to perform well, and that will haunt Rijuraj Gaikwad. The sooner he find a way out of it, it will be good for him. Otherwise, he will be again in a Paul Wall 30 situation. We all agreed. Why I mentioned about the Paul
Paul
130
Valthadi
fact.
was a one-match wonder. Ritwaj had at least performed a
No, no,
season.
but that will be because Yuvraj Gaikwad is because the how the way he played the ball, and I'm very sure about the fact if he started getting tips from MS Dhoni, he might be ending with it. I'm not biased towards him, but
Yes,
if we are playing with
there
the
are.
criteria because Yuvraj Gaikwad is an attacking batsman, so if he's not
Yes,
playing with the
Guys,
best of
see,
his,
we are taking this forever. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly talk about tomorrow's match. Then we'll close
Yes.
it up here, and then we'll take it up
yeah,
in Twitter space.
okay.
absolutely agreed.
No, no, just one match. If I say KKR performed very well, and if KKR play as a unit in this team has a you will say a possibility of
What's
playing the
on
playoff.
tomorrow's roster, by the way? Which games are
Uh,
coming up? Yeah, Mumbai
Mumbai
versus
and
Delhi
DC,
and
Dude,
DY
first
Patil
match
Stadium,
is
in the DY
Mumbai
Patil
is playing
Stadium.
in Brabon.
No, I guess DY
Mumbai
Patil
versus
has.
DC and then Punjab
Punjab
versus
versus
Royal Challengers
RCB and Delhi
Bangalore.
versus Mumbai.
Both very exciting games on the cards.
See,
Uh,
Punjab, I'm
Uh,
actually impressed with the picks that Punjab has done. I mean, maybe they have
sitting
left few
squad.
gaps, you
It's
never
a
know.
squad,
But,
you can say.
see, looking at Punjab squad, it looks like, dude, these guys have not done the mistakes that they generally do every season. At least on paper, they're looking good, very decent side.
Another thing that after the mega auction, every team is looking very new, and they also are sorting out the combinations. CSK used to
Yeah,
open with
except Chennai.
Faf Duplessis. They are missing them. They're missing him. That's true. Mumbai Indians will definitely miss Hardik Pandya. They will miss Krunal Pandya. They will miss Trent
Not
Bolt. Even
Kunal,
if they have got
not
replacement, but it takes time to get
No,
them.
they
I would
won't miss
No,
never
no, no,
Kunal.
not
agree that
Kunal.
they
I
They
will
agree.
won't
miss
miss
I
Trent
agree.
Kunal, to be very
Bolt.
honest.
Not Kunal.
He was a good fielder, but not a good batsman and not a good bowler, to
Who?
be
They will
honest.
be thankful.
they
They
will
will
be
be thankful.
thankful.
Even
No, no, not
even
Vijay
Gautam
Gajeta.
Gambhir was
I will not
shocked
be
when he
thankful.
bought Kunal. He thought 8.8 crores he will get from Kunal for buying him.
No, no,
He didn't know
that's
he
a
is going
different
to play.
thing. But we'll say that Mumbai will find in a more balanced situation with as compared to DC because I don't think Rishabh Pant because he's playing in Mumbai in the everyone I guess
Pant
Rohit
has
Sharma
been through some very
he,
good form.
he has been in very good
Pant has
form,
been
but
in good, scintillating form. Yep.
am I playing in Wankhede? Though, look, there is a chance that Mumbai will lose his first match, and it's inevitable. But the things comes to the mind is that Mumbai Indians find their nucleus very much in their first four matches, whatever the result it will be. So after the four
Yep.
matches, the team which will be stay in the fifth match will be the team of Mumbai Indians for the rest of the season.
I'm very
So
much
they are
excited to see Dewald Brevis how he fares.
everyone is excited.
True,
Everyone
true,
is
We
true.
all
excited
are.
to
And I'm very
watch.
much
We
excited
all
to
are.
see Tim David, to be very honest.
And
He
Tim
just
David,
played
Tim
Same.
David
one match.
also. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Look,
He just played
always the
one match
option.
for
Yes.
RCB last year.
And
He
what
wasn't given a
increases
lot of
Tim David's
chances.
great performance chances that he was in RCB last year and he has come out of RCB. So the chances of him
no, no,
performing well goes up.
that's different. That's something which is also inevitable because it will come. But I'm very optimistic about the fact that MI scouted those domestic players. I am expecting something of a Bumrah or Hardik Pandya from those scouted player in that
And Tilak
season.
Verma also looks very promising.
Yes,
Tilak
the
Verma.
way they scouted that and they went for that in auction. I went. Look, MI scouted the scouting of management is very good and very fast. So whenever they scout a player and they think that this fight will come to teams, I have very high hope on those players because they have seen this player throughout the run season. So if Tilak Verma is that man which we're hearing from both of the management and the team, he might be playing in the team in a very good role, and he might be there to be like next Bumrah or Hardik Pandya thing, not the same player, but the kind of thing which he has accepted from them by buying so low and proven to be a match winner.
By the way, is Rajvardhan
True.
Hangargekar available to select being selected by CSK? Or is he,
Who?
going under Rajvardhan Hangargekar, who was actually accused of age
He
fuzzing
was
Under
there,
last
19
right?
week?
player, he was.
He was there.
I think
He's a hard
He's,
something
hitter, I
happened
know
with his
that.
age. There
And
was some age thing
yeah,
issue.
yeah,
and
yeah, he
boxing is
was
very
accused
good
of age
pace.
fuzzing. Age
Hmm.
fuzzing. So is he available for selection?
I don't think so. He's available. We haven't heard anything of Hungaraker ever since
Yeah.
that incident
Let me
happened.
Well, I have
let
not
me have
seen
a
or
check.
also,
No, but as far as I remember, I believe I've seen one of the websites stating like, this could be the probable 11 where his name was there in that.
but if he has
So
been
he should
accused of
be.
the fraud, so he might not
At
be
one end, we
able
are
to play
having
the side.
Shaheen Shah Afridi churning out records, and Rajvardhan is
See, he's not
getting, you know what?
accused,
No,
right?
no.
Like he's not
You are
accused.
comparing
I mean to say
Pakistan
that
cricket.
like he's not being found guilty. Like he has done this
Like,
crime or
but
You
those
something.
are
guys
saying
are 30 already.
no, no.
Those guys are 30 already.
Pakistan story of side of PD is like for 25 years, for 12 years this cricketing career. He is 25 in 1990 and 25 in 2004. He's
I'm talking
been
about
playing
Shaheen
in my
Afridi.
whole life. No, no, I'm
Shaheen
talking about
Afridi.
the bigger Afridi, the kind of context that Pakistan cricket have in the terms of having the age of their players. So Shahid Afridi is a new one. Shahid Afridi has been playing for my father when he joined the Play Steel Plan. Now he's retired and he's also not playing in Karate Steel Plan. So
Okay, so
Shahid
he has
Afridi is a
been
prime
from the age
example
of
of
Mahatma
Chaudhary.
Gandhi's and Bose.
Yeah, from from radio
Hmm.
to mobile. Shahid Afridi is a prime example of how Connery's and Fraudism work in Pakistan cricket. You
And now
can
Shaheen
be
Afridi is
25
here.
for 12 years and he is following the big boot of Shahid Afridi, the legacy of Shahid Afridi, because they both have the same
Yeah.
name and they both
Hopefully
have
he
the
will
same
stay till the
character.
time travel time. Time travel.
No,
Shaheen
no,
Afridi will stay till time travel
no, no.
comes.
The
Marvel
same
will
thing has been
fight.
followed by
Marvel,
Rashid Khan as well. The question on Rashid Khan's age is also very much
Well,
popular.
Yeah.
he never
he
looks
has
20.
been
Yeah.
no, no.
He's 20, but
He has been
he
Yeah.
looks
looking.
like 25 at least.
He's looking
More
like
than
30
he
from
looked
past 10 years.
30. You asked me,
No,
he's more
I
than 30
Obviously not,
years.
yeah. Why would he look 30, man? He looks so
no, no,
young, to be very
no.
honest.
He has been looking like 30 from past 10 years and is still 22. So I don't know what the
Yeah.
kind of criteria they are
He
having.
isn't 22, man. He's
If you
like
wanna look young, you
24.
just trim off your beard. Be clean shaven, you look a
Oh,
bit younger.
He isn't 22,
Yeah.
he's 24.
He's
Look at
24,
Tom
man.
Cruise in his movies. He looks like 35. He is 51. You
from
won't be.
Top Gun to now, but he's Tom Cruise. He's Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan is equal to Anil Kapoor of cricket. Never ages.
But Anil Kumar is different gravy.
सही है.
That's different gravy, but not quite. We will point out those things. But I am very happy. I am very optimistic. If we break the jinx tomorrow, that will be good for us. But
Fantastic. That will be great, great,
that
great.
will,
That will be.
But
I
I know
wanted
DC
to
is
break
winning.
the jinx.
I know. Hands down, DC is winning. Even though I'm a huge
See,
MI
to be very
supporter,
honest,
Whoa,
let's
I know
not
DC is
keep
winning.
expectations
whoa,
with
what's happening
Mumbai.
here?
And on the cherry of top, it is the
Intruder
first match
among
of this
us.
season, so it's better not to give expectation because if they will not win, and we would be like so sad to be very honest. So
No,
let's
no,
not get
Hey,
Yeah,
into
why
it.
you are.
would we say?
I'm a
It's just
huge
the beginning
Mumbai
of
fan. So
the.
is I guess
Yeah,
Sachinist is
same
also
here,
a
but
Mumbai fan also.
yeah, same
No, no,
here. I'm also Mumbai fan.
the point Lavrit took is very good because the first match of the team IPL, every team wants to try those things which they cannot do after a 4 5 matches. So we must not expect from our team that they will do very good in first 4 or 5 matches, but after the 4 5 matches, our team nucleus is set, and we will see that this player will game. And we have because this is a very huge IPL, we have extra matches. The time because the 10 team
75.
and yes,
Mm.
and
No,
But
it
but
is
you know,
very
there
very
every
is
team
long.
is playing
see
the
as
14 games only, right?
the same. Yeah, we are playing the same number of
No, no,
matches. It's just that
but
viewership for viewers it is more matches, but for the players it is the same.
no, no, it's for
Yeah.
same matches, but the contest is that IPL have more matches and they will have kind of adjustment of things, and
And
they are playing against in the same heat. And MI is playing many matches in the 2 or 3 hour in 3 p.m. started matches. So when
I
you
think we are
play,
playing two. I think MI is playing two matches at
and
3:30.
another thing is that uh, this year's IPL has started in a very sedate note. Like there was no real hype that you usually associate with the
Yeah,
IPL,
like
right?
that's
It feels like a
there was
normal
no
thing.
promo also. Like last year there was some promo of
yes,
India ka this swag tantra and all, and this time there
India
obviously there
ka
was
Yeah.
no.
त्योहार and all those things.
Yeah,
Like
ये अब
before
It
normal
IPL
है
happened
starts,
way
ये.
10
back
days before we
when
start counting down. Yeah, but
No,
now
no,
it used to happen on
अब
since IPL
X.
started happening twice, right? From last year, it happened
no,
twice in two phases due
uh,
to COVID. Now there is a
uh,
very
No,
short
no.
turnaround time. Like
20.
it's
See,
been like 6 months since we have
2020
seen
was
IPL.
not twice, right? 2020 it was just a stretch.
2020
Like
was only
every
once,
it's
time. Only
but
last
after
year.
that, 2020 September,
Only last year it
2021
was
March,
twice.
2021 September. So
no,
six
no,
months gap. Now we are getting the fourth dose of IPL in the six months gap. That
Yeah,
might have
we are
been
getting
a
month
factor.
fourth.
if you will ask me that the kind
Yeah.
of charisma IPL brings is just because they're very fancy and innovative ads and their promos. इंडिया का
True, true,
त्योहार,
true.
Yep.
चलो बुलावा आया है, जंपिंग जपाक. It's
Marketing.
not. It's it's not.
Hmm.
It's up to marketing team to even after a fixing scandal, they come with a very good theme of a प्यार वाला, खुशियों वाला, इंडिया का त्योहार
Yes,
and
yes.
coming back. But after those things,
Amazing songs used to come.
ये
Yeah.
ये अब normal है. It's nothing which is we cannot relate with IPL and the legacy of IPL. So it's up to marketing team that they are not hyped that very much, not even in the social media and everyone else.
Sony Max
Else,
used to hype it a lot, but when the broadcasting right came to Star Sports, everyone started complaining that they are not making good promos or stuff.
look, Star
I
have
mean, last
taken
year
us
it
for a
was good.
granted. No, no, Star have taken us for granted. They know we will watch cricket, so they will not spend those money on that. And that's
End
very
of the day,
true because
viewership तो आ ही जाएगा. They would definitely
they
get the viewership end of the
they
day.
know that
So
we will watch the matches. So they have
correct.
decided to cut a very because Sony used to do a lot of marketing and we used to see that. I have seen
Yeah,
even the
because see,
posters of.
Dhoni was there during the initial phases of IPL, where IPL has at least not looked at as big as what it is now,
Yeah,
Huh,
true.
right? So that is and now so everybody is like by default, okay, for next 2 months it will be okay, 7:30, tune in, watch the match, discuss, go to bed. That's what everybody would be
I
doing
guess
now.
Star Sports took the right from like 2018 season.
yes, 2020 season. But the fact is,
And the 2018 season was also last time when this opening ceremony happened. After that, there was no opening ceremony
Yes.
only, where celebrities used to perform, dance, and stuff in the first match.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes. By the
well,
way, who watches opening segment?
That used to happen when
Shah
Set
Rukh
Max used
Khan,
to sort of
yes,
broadcast it.
I guess
Those Mandira
2013.
Bedi days,
Hmm. Those
Sidhu
Mandira
Sidhu
wedding, yes,
used to be in the studio,
Mandara
then
it's Gaurav Kapoor and
and all
also
that. So,
Farah Kapoor and all that.
so
But
that it used to happen. Now
T20
it's been
FA,
quite some years it hasn't happened. I think we're
that
over
depends
Anyway,
time
on.
guys,
Who
here.
let's
watches
call it.
watching?
Yeah,
Who watches
let's
opening
call it a
segment?
Hello?
day.
Yeah.
हाँ परांठा
Yeah,
Anyway,
बना
yeah.
let's
I
रहा
call it
guess.
a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, guys.
And
Bye,
we'll
Then have a
guys.
connect
great
जिससे
tomorrow
day.
बात
See
कर
again.
you
रहे थे
after
Bye
the
bye
match.
since
bye
बात कर रहे थे ना
Okay. Bye,
bye
everyone.
bye
Take care. Let's
bye
catch up
bye
Bye
tomorrow.
bye.
Bye
bye
bye.
bye bye
See
bye.
you later, bros.
और
Bye
अभी
bye.
बाबा फोन मत करो मैं प्लीज अभी तो मैं बात किया था